Hey, everybody. Welcome so much. Thank you for coming to the Dave Burgess Consulting Incorporated Facebook Live. My name is Dave Burgess. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, Washington. I will be joined in a little bit here by my co-host, Tara Martin. And we are so glad to have you here. As you are joining, please throw your name over in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And we can interact with you a little bit in the chat as well. We have a couple things to discuss with you as we go along here. But thank you so much for popping in. We appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us on a Thursday evening. Hey, so one thing that I wanted to tell you is that I will be at Fall Q. So that is October, I think 5th and 6th in Sacramento. It's gonna be the Sacramento Convention Center. We have lots of DBC authors that'll be there. Lots of the Edge Protocols authors will be there. EdTech, the Ultimate EdTech Coach authors will be there. Adam and Kat, there will be Tisha Richmond, Make Learning Magical, and Dragon Smart will be there. So there's going to be a whole contingent of DBC Books authors there. I will not be speaking at the conference, but I'm going to be there networking, walking around, meeting people, sending out some pictures and stuff from the different sessions, hopefully taking some selfies, etc., and hanging out a little bit. So I'm excited to go to the conference. So that's going to be fun. And then let's see what else. Oh, so there's 2 new episodes of the Dave Burgess Show podcast up right now. And one I did about a week ago. And that is I read the foreword to our latest book, Be 1% Better, Surprisingly Simple Ways to Transform Your School by Ron Clark. So Ron Clark is signed with Dave Burgess Consulting Incorporated for his latest book. This is what it looks like. It's fantastic. Just a whole bunch of little small tweaks, things that you could do to get better, whether you're in the classroom, whether you're an administrator, whether you're office admin, staff, counseling, custodial, doesn't matter. There's ways that you can become 1% better. So embracing that mindset is what this book is about. Plus, it's filled with lots of ideas from Ron and some other teachers as well. And so I had the honor to be able to write the foreword for this book. And this right here, so that foreword is what I read for you on episode 59 of the Dave Burgess Show podcast. And then just today, I had the pleasure to interview Matt Miller. Matt Miller, his last book was AI for Educators. So a fantastic look at artificial intelligence and how to use AI in education. He was on episode 30 of my podcast back in March of 2023. I invited him back on the show because there were several reasons that were kind of important. I wanted to have him back on the show and talk to him. And so episode 60 just dropped today. I recorded it this morning, edited it, published it. It's already out there live right now. Episode 60 of the Dave Burgess Show. And it's called The Return of Matt Miller. Kind of a double meaning with the return of Matt Miller, by the way. And so first of all, it's the return of Matt Miller because he's coming back, first repeat guest on my show. But also last semester, so the second semester of 2024, the year 2023, 2024, he returned to the classroom. So he had been out of the classroom for 8 years doing consulting, working on his blog, books, speaking, all that kind of stuff like this. He returned to the classroom to test out some of these ideas he's been talking about for so long and to test out what's going on in the current state of ed tech and AI and just what's different with kids post-pandemic and all of that. And so he got a chance to teach. And so we debriefed a little bit about that, some of his key takeaways, some of the tools that he was using both with his students in class, but then also tools that he was using to become more efficient as a teacher. So not only did we return to the podcast, but it was also about us talking about his return to the classroom. And then just recently, he also had this kind of strange circumstance where he got invited to be on the Dr. Phil show. And so they were doing an episode on artificial intelligence, AI. And so they had people on from different areas. And Matt was invited to come on the show to talk about AI in education and his thoughts, his vision for AI in education. And so we talked about his appearance on the Dr. Phil show as well. And who do we have? Kristen, awesome. Thanks for popping in here. Glad to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah. So Kristen, if you get a chance, check out this new episode with Matt Miller. I think you'll like it. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, so that's what's the latest there. And what is this? What is it? Oh, talking about love. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Matt is great. Matt is a great guy. Matt's one of the true nice guys in education, besides being a brilliant guy and being very prolific between his newsletter, his blogs on his website, speaking, writing. He's got 6 books that he does, combination of with Dave Burgess Consulting, and then he created his own imprint of Dave Burgess Consulting, the ditch book, that textbook imprint. And so he has some books that are on that as well, but all get kind of the get the Dave Burgess Consulting treatment. And so, yeah, 6 books he's written, pretty cool. And I do believe we have absolutely gone international. That's right. And Nick Roque from Winnipeg in Manitoba, Canada, author of Phenomenal Teacher, is here. Thank you. Happy Talk Like a Pirate Day. Thank you. Yes. You might think, so I never forget that it's Talk Like a Pirate Day, because when I wake up in the morning, I always have like DMs and mentions and things like that. I would say it's been a little bit fewer this time than usual. I haven't been quite as overwhelmed as I usually am, but yeah, I definitely have been getting some Talk Like a Pirate Day interaction on the interwebs. And all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, Tara Martin is here. What's up, Tara?
Hey, how's it going? Well, I have my first day of Run Club, so I'm running behind. Sorry about that.
We got nothing. No, we can't hear you. You are nothing at the moment. Nothing.
Can't hear me?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. So earlier today, I was going through the drive-through of McDonald's, and I was talking to Tara, and she was telling me the story, and I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. Before you tell me the story, I think, isn't there something you want to say to me today? And she's like, oh my God, like what? I know it's not your birthday. Is it like happy book birthday, book anniversary? I'm like, no, not my book anniversary. It's like, oh God, I'm so bad at dates. Like what? Oh no, what am I forgetting? And then I'm like, well, it's all right. If you don't want to wish me happy Talk Like a Pirate Day, that's fine. Oh, dang. So yeah, had to bust her up a little bit there with happy Talk Like a Pirate Day. I have seen, like I said, I have not, as the years go on, I get maybe fewer and fewer mentions on Happy Talk Like a Pirate Day. But I still got a few pictures of people in TLAP shirts today and stuff like that.
I love it.
So it was awesome.
Can you hear me now?
You are no sound, my friend. Hopefully, hello?
Hello?
There you are. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So you muted me.
I can hear you now. Were you able to be heard the whole time?
I could hear myself. Of course. What are you talking about?
I'm like,
are you able to hear yourself?
Can't hear you. Sorry. Hey, welcome to the Baddie and the Natty. Hey, that's what you get for not wishing me happy Talk Like a Pirate Day today.
I know. I was trying so hard to figure out what the heck he was talking about. I'm like, wait a second, it's not your birthday. Happy, is it your book birthday? Like,
well, it's closer to your birthday than my birthday.
I know. I knew it wasn't your real birthday. I was like, I don't know what's happening. He's like, come on, happy is the good start.
It's easy. It's easy for me, or it's easy for people to remember my birthday. I'm easy. 12/12. 12/12. 12/12. Yep. 12/12.
December 12th. Everybody mark your calendars.
12/12. Yeah. If you need shopping lists, present lists, things like that,
hit us up.
But actually yours is next month. Yeah.
Mine's also easy. 10/11. So if you remember mine, 10/11, and then Dave 12/12. So 10/11, 12/12.
Hey, perfect. There you go. That helped me, actually. I will not forget your birthday for sure now. 10, it's on my calendar, but I would not forget it now. 10/11, 12/12.
We go together.
Yes, absolutely. It's a package deal. Hey, so you did something kind of exciting this afternoon. What did you do?
I joined my first day of run club. I know I've told you guys that I was going to join a run club since I came to Cincinnati, and I have been climbing down the ladder. I just climb up the ladder, I scan the pool, and down the ladder and descend over and over and over. I've just not done it. But today I just was determined to do it. I'm like, Dave, I don't know if I'm going to make it back for the live, but I'm going to do my best. Turns out I was back early enough, but I cooked some chicken and ate before I came on. But
yeah, if you cook chicken, you got to eat it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to like wait. But it was so fun. There were so many people, and I met a girl, saw her right across the way immediately. I told Bruna, my friend Bruna, she's here. By the way, she can join the live in a bit. She's like,
hi, Bruna.
Hi. She said, hi, Dave. So I saw her right away. I saw her little abs and her little traps. I'm like, she's a CrossFitter. I'm going to talk to her. So as soon as I was headed toward her, she's like, hey, are you new here? I'm like, I am. She's like, oh, that's awesome. So what do? You're pretty fit. I was like, yeah, CrossFit. She's like, I knew it. Because she's a CrossFitter too. She goes to a different gym out here. But she also has run 2 marathons, full marathons. And she's about to run another one. So there is a Queen Bee marathon here. It's a all woman. If men run it, they dress up like women, which is cool. But it's like girl power marathon right before the Columbus half, which I'm already running on the 20th. She's like, come out and run the half with us. Like, come out and run the half, and then we're going to continue on. I'm like, I cannot run in 2 halves weekend after weekend. But next year, the girl power one sounds like something I want to do.
There you go. So Anik talks about Anik has joined a CrossFit group and is doing some CrossFit now. So as you are joining a run group, Anik went the other way and joined a CrossFit group to go with her running. So you guys are crossing over into different categories here.
That's what it's all about, right?
So Anik, I'm wondering, Tara mentioned that she knew that the other woman was a CrossFitter because of her abs. Have you experienced anything with abs that make you think you understand why maybe CrossFitters have strong abs? I don't know. I don't know if you've experienced anything like that in the past week or so.
I think Anik is killing it, actually. She's been telling me a lot about her workouts. So if you're joining and you don't want to talk about workouts and fitness, I get it. We don't have to do that the whole time. But she is straight up killing it today. She doesn't want to laugh today because she's been doing some GHDs, which are the sit-ups where you have full range all the way up and all the way back. But she's also been doing some crazy lifts for a beginner. I mean, I was still using a PVC pipe. If you know what that is, it's just a piece of pipe that's weightless. Like it weighs nothing. I was using that, and she's like 65, 85, 75 pounds. I'm just so impressed by her fitness already.
Anik may have told me that, I was going to say she sneezed and she thought that she was going to die.
GHDs hurt.
This would be a bad time to get to get sick and get like a bad cough or something.
Oh. You're messed up.
Constantly coughing. That'd be a bad one.
I think Anik has her first comp coming up. Is that right?
Oh, we're trying to both get the comment up there.
We got to have this one. It's a good one. It's going to be on the screen. Tara is the best hype girl ever. Yeah, baby. You're welcome. I love it. She asked me the other day, does this bother you if I tell you about my CrossFit journey? I'm like, no.
That's the same thing that I told her. I was like, you're not going to ever bother her with talking about CrossFit. Like, in fact, you're kind of doing me a favor.
Dave's like, I don't have to hear about the workouts. Yeah. Or maybe you get to hear about 2 now. Could be better or worse.
Yeah, could be better or worse. It's yet to be determined. Hey, Tara, I had a question for you. You had a chance to dive into Be 1% Better. And I know that you thought that maybe you found some cool takeaways and things that you loved in the book. So what did you think about Be 1% Better?
I love it. I have my book right here. I've been reading it. Oh, I read it. The whole thing. I'm done now. It's such a fast read. So fast. But so many really great tips in here. I love the one where they were writing on a balloon. Did you guys see that one? That was a lot of fun. I should have marked these. Dave put me on the spot. I also really loved the Guess the Math Teacher one. That was fun just because I really liked the Masked Singer. I loved that game show that they played. There's so many great ones in here that kind of just stuff I hadn't really ever thought about. There's also some references that I felt like were very teach like a piratey, like the board message one. They were like, write anything on the board. These things though, the best part, I know it makes perfect sense since it's be 1% better, but they're literally so easy. Like you can do them tomorrow. The balloon one might require a little bit of prep. You just need balloons, but having kids work their morning math problem on a balloon, like what? You just tape one to the desk and you give them a marker and they work their math problem on a balloon. Why the heck not? It just changes it up a bit. And I think there was some way they got to pop them. Like they popped them if they got it right. And kids were loving that. They could sit on them. They can poke them. They could whatever. I mean, it sounds a little crazy, but it also just sounds like something kids would just love. And why not? You're going to write it on a whiteboard or you're going to write it on a piece of paper. He just has a lot of really just easy, quick things that you can add in and just change it up a bit.
Yeah.
1% better.
I also like the fact that, I think what you're really going to start to unlock the true power of the book is when you do it, like say as a book study with colleagues, and then the concept is going to be like, okay, now you think about what you teach, think about what you do, think about your school setting, and what are some kind of 1% things that you could do, right? So he has a whole slew of ideas that you can grab, but when you start to generate your own 1% ideas and just kind of embrace that mindset of like, hey, I don't have to change everything I do. Not everything has to be some innovative, crazy, wild thing that's going to take all this prep and transform my whole classroom. But maybe there's just something I can do tomorrow that would just tweak it up that 1% notch. And if you just do enough of those things, actually, it does become something that transforms everything that you do.
Yes. And did you also, there was another one. I can't find it. I was trying to look for it. I should have highlighted and did what I normally do. There was one with like little treats for pups that come through the drive-through or through the car pickup line.
Yeah.
Just so easy. Like the teachers have a little pouch that has like some pup treats. And if anybody has their pup in the car with them, I don't know. I think about Honey. That would be like a day maker. Like I would go in and pick up, like if I had a little kid and we were picking them up and she's hanging her head out the window and she gets a treat. And what a message that sends to the family, like that you care enough to one, put the kid in the car and then also to provide a treat for their pet, just easy.
If you think about just that very simple thing, inexpensive, super easy, but what a story that person is going to drive away with. They're going to be talking about your school. They're going to be talking about the culture of your teachers, your admin. They're like, you'll never guess what happened to me in the drop-off line this morning. Like I had my dog with me and Mr. whoever, my Mrs. whatever, like gave Honey a treat, had like a treat for Honey. Like it always has like treats in a pouch for the dogs that come through the it's so simple. It's so easy, but like that story is going to be told 100 times. And then other people are then going to go to the story. Like, you'll never guess what's happening down at the elementary school. Like if you have a dog in your drop-off line, like they have a treat for them. Like it's just like a culture builder.
Oh, another thing is the name tags for the parent night. Everybody had a name tag with their kid's name on it.
Yeah.
And Ron even talks about like one of the parents came up to tell him
the picture of the kid too.
Yeah, the picture of the kid. That's it. The picture of the kid's on it, on the name tag or on the button. It's the button. Yeah, it's a little button. And the parent came up to talk to him and he knew exactly whose parent that was. Like in some of these newer parents, like he doesn't know them all. But when they came up, he was able to tell them something super special that their kid had done the day before. And he drew that connection just immediately. effortlessly. Didn't have to ask them who they were or what, who's their baby, who's their child. But it's like just a simple little thing. And he didn't think those buttons were going to be a big deal. He talks about this. He's like, nobody's going to care about these stupid buttons, like
he tried to talk them out of doing it.
Do we really need
this is not going to be a big deal. It's going to take more than 1%, and it's not going to be worth anything.
Parents aren't going to wear them.
And the teachers kind of overrode his, like, they're like, no, it's going to be easy. We already figured out how we're going to do it. We want to try it. And then it turned out to be him that realized, like, oh, wow, yeah, these things work.
Yeah. He said they wore them with pride. And even parents were like sticking them in the dash of their car. They're like, those buttons were like a big deal. They were with them all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I love that fact that he thought it was a loser idea at first.
Yeah.
And then he came around and like, it was like, oh, okay.
And it actually benefited him.
My staff was exactly right. Yeah.
He said it was a little more than 1% to make them, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and you could do it with a name tag. Just put the kid's name on it. Put the kid's name on the name tag instead of a face.
One of my favorite parts of the book is when he talks about he dedicated the book to a teacher at his school who used to be a student at RCA. And he tells this story about when he went to visit this student, the parents had invited him to come to the house. And when he got to the house, the student said, just so you know, Mr. Clark, like, I'm not coming to your school. And then he came in and then he tells the whole story about what happened. And then what it's referred to eventually is, when you hear the story, I won't give it away, but it's called a Connect 4 moment. And this teacher, the student went through RCA, went through the teaching credential program, came back, and he got to hire his ex-student as a teacher at the Ron Clark Academy. And one of the things the student said to him is like, I want to work here and have some Connect 4 moments of my own, And so then when you hear that story, that all makes sense. But that's towards the end of the book, and it's one of my favorite stories in the book.
It's incredible. You guys are going to love it. If you haven't picked up Be 1% Better, do yourself a favor. First of all, I read it in 2 days, and I never have time.
Super easy read.
So fast.
Yeah.
And also, if I were in the classroom, that would have had a dog ear everything. So I highly recommend having a highlighter and a pen and just jotting down some things. Man, we only have 8 minutes left, Dave. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Yeah. So I mentioned the Matt Miller thing came on the show. So go watch episode 60, please, of the Dave Burgess Show. I really appreciate that. If you do get a chance to listen, if you share your thoughts using the Dave Burgess Show hashtag on social media, X, Instagram, whatever, like, that'd be awesome. Tag me. Let me know what you thought of it. Drop it in your story, whatever it might be. But I would love for you to listen to Matt. Matt always has great takeaways, and things have changed since he was on the show on episode 30. AI has just gone like shot like this. And so in the new episode, Matt kind of goes through some of the stuff that he's found useful. And he always just has a way of taking technology that seems overwhelming and just makes it seem really approachable. And so I think that's worth a listen. Again, if you want to hear my forward, I read my own forward to Be 1% Better on episode 59 of the Dave Burgess Show. So you can go back another episode and check out that. And I'm kind of motivated and dedicated and committed to getting them out more on a more regular basis now. I took the summer off. I say I took the summer off as if like that was my plan. It wasn't my plan. But now looking back on it, we'll just say I took the summer off. And but now I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
He's back. He's back and ready to go. Here's the links over in the comment section. You can find the Be 1% Better link. Don't know why Amazon is having these massive long links, but just go over there, click away. You'll find the podcast, Be 1% Better. Also, keep your eyes open. We have a new book coming at the end of the month. It is also really, really, really good. And I'm very excited about it. And then we have one coming right after that has I just worked on the graphics for it. And I'm just like loving I told Dave there's about 20 quotes I want to make for this, and we only pre-make about 6 or 7 of the graphics that they use.
Lots to choose from.
I want to make all of them. They're so good. So keep your eyes open to our pages for those 2 books. They're coming soon. I get to go read to first graders tomorrow here in Cincinnati. I get to go read Cannonball Inn to a group of Rosemary. If you're out there and you're listening to this, her students are going to welcome me in their classroom, and I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
Hey, Nick's kind of calling you out here, Tara.
When am I back to podcasting? I know.
Yeah.
I was just telling Dave, I have all kinds of cool content, but it's just not related to education. I guess I can draw some parallels.
Hey, like that. I mean, that's basically my podcast, right?
Yeah.
My grass goes too long. I make it an education podcast. I can't reach something on the side of my house. I have to go buy a ladder. Education podcast.
Exactly. The single life, I think it could totally give you guys 2 years, and it's only been a year of podcast content and things I'm learning. I just need to dive back in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we are excited for you to put out some new episodes, and I will try to be a good role model and get more consistent on my podcast, and maybe that'll be the thing that pushes you over the edge.
I will say Dave listens to my stories every day, and he's like, Tia, make this in a podcast.
The number of times I say that would be a great podcast, 5-10 minutes right there, boom, episode done. Just tell that same story. That's what I said today to her. She told me a story. I'm like, if you just open up a microphone and record that story, just like you told me, right there's an episode done.
He's like, powerful, phenomenal. He's doing everything. He's pulling out all the stops, and I still haven't done it. All right, friends. Well, it's come to the end of our time. We love you guys so much. Thanks for joining us for the DBC Facebook Live. Again, if you haven't, yes, one's a teacher, always a teacher. If you haven't picked up the book, go pick it up. You won't regret it. You're going to love it. If you do any kind of book studies or you try any of these in your classroom, tag us. We love seeing it. We will tag Ron. Be sure and tag him. But if you don't know his handles and stuff, we'll tag him. We'll share it in all the places. Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week. Same place, same time.
Bye, everybody.